You're about to waste hundreds of dollars because nobody ever showed you these secrets. Every single day, drivers hand over cash to shops and dealerships for problems that a $5 item sitting in their own kitchen could fix in minutes. And it is a genuine financial betrayal that this information stays locked behind service counters. In the next few minutes, you're going to see 12 hacks that mechanics quietly use themselves, but never explain to customers, because every trick you learn is money that stops leaving your pocket. Stick around for hack number 1, because it involves an emergency fix that has saved stranded drivers from a $500 tow bill. Using something most women already carry in their purse, and if you leave before that one, you are going to regret it the next time you're stuck on the side of the road. Let's start the countdown right now with hack number 12, baby powder for squeaky rubber door seals. Your door seals start squealing and groaning every time you open them in cold weather, and dealerships love to quote you $300 to replace weather stripping that isn't even broken. It's just dry. That squeak is not a mechanical failure, it's friction, and friction on rubber is fixable in under 2 minutes. Grab a bottle of baby powder, dust it generously along the rubber seal on your door frame, and rub it in with a cloth so the rubber absorbs it. The powder reduces friction between the rubber and the metal frame instantly, killing the squeak and preventing the rubber from drying out and cracking prematurely, which is exactly the kind of neglect that turns into a real leak later. A bottle of baby powder costs you $3 and treats every door in your car for months. Skip this, and you're not just living with annoying noise, you're accelerating the exact seal failure that leads to water intrusion, mold, and electrical gremlins that cost real money to chase down. That squeak is a warning, and ignoring it is how a $3 fix turns into an $800 electrical nightmare. Hack number 11, cornstarch for a streak-free dashboard. Your dashboard looks hazy and smudged no matter how many times you wipe it down, and premium interior detailing sprays are charging you $15 a bottle for something sitting in your pantry right now. Most drivers assume that haze is permanent sun damage, but it's usually just oily residue trapping dust. Sprinkle a small amount of cornstarch onto a microfiber cloth, wipe your dashboard down in slow circular motions, then buff with a dry cloth. Cornstarch absorbs oil and grime at a microscopic level without leaving the greasy film that most commercial sprays actually add back onto your dash. A box of cornstarch costs $2 and cleans your entire interior dozens of times. Here's the part they don't want you thinking about. That greasy film buildup on your dash isn't just unsightly, it's UV reflective, and it accelerates cracking in cheap dashboard plastics that cost $400 or more to replace on certain models. Your dashboard is not just dirty, it's aging faster because of what you've been cleaning it with. Hack number 10. The coffee filter oil funnel trick. You're topping off your oil, and inevitably some spills down the side of the engine, and specialty automotive funnels at the parts store run $8 to $12 for something you already own. A basic paper coffee filter, folded into a cone shape, creates a perfect makeshift funnel that costs you absolutely nothing and fits directly into most oil fill openings. This isn't just about avoiding a mess. Spilled oil that drips onto a hot exhaust manifold is a genuine fire risk, and oil residue baked onto engine components makes future leaks nearly impossible to diagnose because everything already looks oily. A coffee filter costs pennies and saves you from a diagnostic nightmare down the road. Mechanics have charged customers real labor time just to trace a leak that turned out to be old spilled oil from a sloppy top-off. Don't be the reason your own bill goes up. Hack number 9. The pool noodle garage door guard. Every single time you pull into your garage, your car door comes within inches of smacking the wall or your storage shelving, and one bad day means a repaint that costs $600 or more depending on your panel. Body shops count on this exact scenario because door dings and scrapes are some of the most common paint repair jobs they see. Cut a pool noodle lengthwise and zip tie or screw it directly onto the wall at the exact height where your door edge would strike. The foam absorbs the impact completely, protecting your paint from every careless swing of the door for the rest of the time you own that car. A pool noodle costs $5 and prevents damage that would cost you over 100 times that to fix properly at a shop. This is the cheapest insurance policy you will ever install in your garage. Period. Hack number 8. Baking soda for battery terminal corrosion. Your car struggles to start, the headlights flicker, and you're staring at chalky white or greenish buildup crusted around your battery terminals, and a shop will happily charge you $60 just to clean what takes 5 minutes at home. That corrosion is caused by battery acid vapor reacting with the metal terminals, and it's actively increasing electrical resistance, which means your alternator and starter are working harder than they should, shortening their lifespan. Mix baking soda with a small amount of water into a paste. Disconnect the negative terminal first for safety. Then scrub the corrosion away with an old toothbrush. The alkaline baking soda neutralizes the acidic corrosion instantly and lifts it clean off the metal. A box of baking soda costs $1 and can maintain your battery terminals for years. Ignore this corrosion long enough, and you're not looking at a cleaning job anymore. You're looking at a full battery and starter replacement that can easily run past, all because you let a $1 problem rot untouched. Hack number 7. The flour trick to pinpoint an oil leak. You've got a mystery drip on your driveway and no idea where it's actually coming from, and shops will charge you a diagnostic fee just to trace fluid leaks that take real labor time on a lift. Sprinkle a thin, even layer of plain flour across your driveway or a cardboard sheet under your parked car overnight. By morning, the exact drip location shows up as a dark spot against the white flour, telling you precisely where the leak originates instead of guessing. This costs you literally nothing if you already have flour in your kitchen, and it can save you a $50 to $100 diagnostic charge that many shops tack on before they even start the actual repair. Here's the brutal truth. An untraced oil leak left alone doesn't stay small, it drips onto belts, hoses, and exhaust components, and what starts as a $5 gasket problem can snowball into a full engine reseal, costing well over $1,000 if you ignore it long enough. Hack number 6. Chalk to track a windshield crack. A small chip in your windshield appears after a highway drive, and you're stuck wondering whether it's safe to keep driving or whether it's about to spread into a crack that forces a full windshield replacement, costing $400 to $900. Depending on your vehicle's sensors and cameras. Take a piece of ordinary chalk and circle the exact tip of the crack on the outside of the glass. Over the following days, check whether the crack has grown past your chalk mark. If it has, that tells you the damage is actively spreading and you need repair immediately before it worsens. And if it hasn't moved, a simple resin injection repair costing under $100 can often stop it permanently. Waiting blindly without tracking the crack is how drivers end up paying full replacement price for damage that could have been caught and repaired for a fraction of the cost. Your windshield is a structural safety component, and treating a spreading crack like a cosmetic issue is a gamble with your own safety in a rollover. Hack number 5. A credit card as an emergency ice scraper. You wake up to a windshield completely frozen over and you're already running late, and specialty ice scrapers at the gas station cost you $5 to $10 for something you will only need a handful of times a year. An old expired credit card or gift card works as an effective improvised scraper in a genuine emergency. Its rigid edge cuts through frost and light ice without scratching your glass the way metal tools can. This costs you nothing since it's a card you were going to throw away anyway. What nobody warns new drivers about is that using a metal scraper aggressively, or worse, pouring hot water on a frozen windshield to melt it faster, causes thermal shock that can crack the glass instantly, turning a 2-minute annoyance into a $400 replacement bill. The plastic card flexes just enough to avoid that risk while still getting the job done. Hack number 4. Magic eraser for stubborn trim scuffs. Your bumper and door panels are covered in black scuff marks from parking lots and curbs, and detailers will quote you real money to buff out marks that are sitting entirely on the surface. A basic melamine foam cleaning pad, the kind sold for cleaning walls, works incredibly well on plastic trim and painted bumpers when lightly dampened. Gently rub the scuffed area in small circles, and watch marks that have been there for months disappear in seconds, because the microabrasive structure of the foam lifts transferred rubber and paint without cutting into your clear coat the way harsher compounds can. A pack of these pads costs $4 and handles scuffs across your entire vehicle repeatedly. Left untreated, those scuffs trap dirt and moisture against your clear coat, and what looks like a cosmetic mark today becomes the starting point for actual paint deterioration that costs real money to correct later. Hack number 3. Cat litter for stubborn moisture and odor. Your car smells musty after a spilled drink or a rainy day with the windows cracked, and ozone treatments at a detail shop can run you $50 to $80 to fix a smell that basic moisture absorption handles for free. Fill an old sock or a breathable bag with plain clay-based cat litter and tuck it under your seats overnight. The litter is engineered specifically to pull moisture and odor out of the air, and it will pull that dampness out of your carpet and upholstery far more effectively than an air freshener ever could, since air fresheners only mask smell instead of removing its actual source. A small bag of litter costs $5 and can be reused across multiple damp situations. Ignore trapped moisture in your carpet long enough, and you're not dealing with smell anymore. You're dealing with mold growth in your subfloor padding, which is a genuine health hazard and a repair that can run into the hundreds once professional extraction and treatment gets involved. Hack number 2. A hairdryer to fix cracked dashboard trim. Small pieces of interior trim around your vents or console start popping loose or show hairline stress cracks, and replacement trim pieces from a dealership can run you $50 to $150 per piece, depending on your model. A standard hairdryer on low heat, held a few inches from the plastic and moved constantly, gently softens the material enough to reshape and reseat clips that have warped over time from years of temperature swings. This costs you nothing beyond a few minutes of your time and completely avoids ordering a replacement part that might not even be in stock for your exact trim level. The trick here is patience, moving the heat constantly and never holding it in one spot, because rushing this step is the difference between a perfect fix and melted plastic that actually forces the replacement you were trying to avoid in the first place. And now, hack number 1. The Pantyhose Emergency Serpentine Belt Fix. Your serpentine belt snaps on a back road miles from the nearest shop, and without it, your alternator, power steering, and water pump all stop functioning, which means an eventual tow costing you well over $150 just to get your car moved. A pair of pantyhose, tied and looped tightly around the pulleys in place of the broken belt, has genuinely gotten stranded drivers running again long enough to limp to the nearest service station. It will not last more than a few miles, and it will not restore full power steering assist, but it can keep your engine from overheating catastrophically by keeping the water pump turning. Which is the difference between a simple belt replacement and a full engine rebuild from overheating damage that can cost thousands. Every driver should keep a spare pair in their glove box, because this 5-cent piece of fabric is the only thing standing between you and a tow truck bill that ruins your entire week. That's 12 secrets that shops, dealerships, and detailers genuinely hope you never learn, because every single one of them takes real money out of their pocket and puts it back into yours. If this video just saved you from an upcoming repair bill, hit that subscribe button right now, because we drop videos exactly like this one every single week. Drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from. We read every single one. And if you thought these were good, click the next video on your screen right now, because what's coming up next might be the most expensive mistake you've never realized you were making.